Good morning. Well, for me it's now 11 in the morning and I slept in. I have the evening shift, midday evening shift tonight. So I have to work from 1 till closing time. And I thought, let's make something, well, what's the word? I can't remember the English word, but as you can see, I'm making Boxty bread, and I have made this before from a different recipe, but it's in this book, and I think this is the book that I can do completely, because I have, let me see if I can, no, I don't have the other one. The book that I started this channel in, oh my god, Classic Irish, no, that's one. Anyway, I have so many books by now. I think it was from that. There are recipes with lamb and crab, and we all remember, if you follow me for a while now, the crab killing I did, and I didn't like it really much. So yeah, in my opinion, don't kill anything you're not about to eat, you know. There are better things to eat that you don't have to kill for. Does that make sense? Anyway, Boxty bread. I think I made it. I think even the title is the same, because it's I remember what it says here. I haven't read it before, and now I see, I wanted to read it, the little paragraph on top, and I was like, did I do this recipe from this book already? Anyway, Boxty on the grill, Boxty in the pan. If you can't make Boxty, you'll never get a man. And I remember saying something like, yeah, I do have a man. So Boxty is a traditional potato bread from the northern counties of Ireland. So I already peeled some potatoes. I woke up and the first thing I did was put in potatoes, because, well, this recipe, I plan recipes ahead, you know. So in a few weeks I have a family day, and I already planned some recipes for it. So yeah, and I needed to peel some potatoes. I did that, and then boiled the half, and then grate the other half, and my grater is here. And last time I did this, I used the big grater, and I remember not liking that much, so now I use this one. And my potatoes look like this, and this is the juice. So we're going to come back to it in a moment, because let me see. Drain the potatoes well and mash, seasoning to taste. So let's put some salt and pepper in here, because I want to say my problem. It's not a problem for me, but I have the feeling I always under season water for mash. Anyways, maybe even now I don't have enough salt. Anyway, mix the grated and mashed potato together. So I have this, so let's squeeze out, if there's, yeah, look. So much liquid from, how much was it? The whole recipe says 345 grams of potato. I divided it in two, so that was 172 and a half. So 172 and a half. Well, I didn't really measure it out. I eyeballed it, the half of this and half of the And I got myself one of these cheesecloths. Look how much still is coming out. So I'm really happy I have this cheesecloth. I think this makes such a difference. Anyway, and the thing is, I can hear people think already, because I am preheating my oven at 200 degrees Celsius, and Boxty, I think, usually is made on a griddle. And I read a bit of the recipe. No, I did read the whole recipe. Usually I do. Most of the things just don't stick while filming. Anyway, it says, in the end, the last sentence, Boxty bread can also be cooked on a griddle, allowing about 15 minutes each side. But I did it on a griddle, on a pan last time, so I thought this book says oven, so let's try it in the oven. I'll link them together if I see the other. Well, if I see the other, I can find it. Good morning. Anyway, drain the boiled potatoes, mix grated and mashed potatoes together, sift in the flour and baking powder. Okay, so let's mix this together. Well, I still think I have a bit too much for one person, but anyway, I'm making one for now, and if I have left, I will cook up the other one and eat it tomorrow. Anyway. Oh, I know, right now at the store I work, we have this thing for, I think it's for powdered sugar and cocoa powder to top over cakes and things. Maybe I should get one of, it's only €2. I want to say $2. Speaking in English, and I'm already thinking in dollars. €2. Well, I think it's about $2, so I'm not sure the exchange rate at the moment, but maybe that for the sifting of the flour, that would be a nice gadget for only €2. I think I can spend €2. Mix, no, that's not really a mix. Anyway, you have baking powder. I need 1/4. So I have baking powder and I have self-raising flour. So that's double up, because I thought that that self-raising flour is just normal flour with already baking powder in it. So we have double the baking powder, if I'm correct. Somebody wrote in the comments weeks ago that I look like an amateur. Yes, I am. So if I tell you something that I believe is a fact, don't believe it just like that. Don't believe me if it comes to well, Irish cooking. Maybe don't believe me if it comes to cooking at all, baking. I just enjoy it, and I make mistakes anyway. And I wanted to say I learned from our mistakes, but yeah, we all know by now that isn't true. Drain of the reserved liquid from the starch. Add the starch. So let me see. So I'm going to do it like this for a moment. Yeah. So I've got now liquid, and I've got some starch. So the starch goes into the potato mix, which isn't a lot. But I'm doing all, look, that's that bit looking bit. Melt the butter, stir in to a soft dough. Well, is this hot? I've got butter in here too. Oh, the bottom of the dish is still hot. Mix. Do I need some other kind of liquid? This is not going to. Melt butter in soft dough. Adding a little mixture. Little milk to the mixture if it seems kind of dry. But it seems not even a little dry, it seems really dry. So let me go over the whole recipe. Divide the potatoes in half and boil one half in salted water until tender. Grate the remaining half into a clean tea towel and wring out the liquid into a bowl where the starch will gradually sink to the bottom. Drain the boiled potatoes well and mash, seasoning to taste. Mix the grated and mashed potato together, then sift in flour, baking powder. Drain off the reserved liquid from the starch. Add the starch to the potato mixture and mix well. Melt the butter, stir in to a soft dough. Adding milk if this mixture seems too dry. So we're at that point. So where's my milk? There's my milk. And my milk dripped all over my fridge. So let me Is it my milk? I think it's the milk. Oh, sorry. I had to clean that up for a moment. Anyway, to soft dough, so a little milk at a time. Do I go hands in, one hand in? A little bit more, so. And I'm doing it the scary way. Maybe I have too much liquid later. So I need to do it like this. I think this is enough. So I think I'm going to take off my rings and set the oven to 200 Celsius. Turn the dough into a lightly floured surface and knead gently. I have to shape into 4 flat round cakes and mark each with a cross. The oven is ready. I'm not. See how this is as a dough. Feels like a good dough, a bit sticky. Maybe I did use a little bit too much milk because of the way I did it. Not just using a spoon or something. scrub some flour. Knead gently, shape into a fist. So, since I used my freshly grated black pepper, I always think that I have dirt in my doughs and such things. Because, well, looks the specks of black pepper. Anyway, I have a piece of this. Let's put this like it was made for it. It's just, I had the piece left. I didn't cut it like that. Yeah, I did cut like that, but not especially for this. It's just a piece of paper I just had saved from yesterday. Anyway, shape into a flat round cake and mark each with a cross. So I have to divide this in two, right? Because I'm making half a recipe. I'm here bragging about how I have the right amount. That's one. I think one is enough. And in my memory, this looks better than the other piece of dough that I had. So what I'm thinking right now is, well, first of all, this video is probably getting way too long. Second of all, the potato cakes and the boxty bread and potato, everything, baking, griddling with potato, it's technically the same thing, only different amounts of potato and flour and different kind of flours. Well, that's what I'm explaining cooking. Because, well, I am rounding this up, and my mind was like, this is just a potato pancake. Is it just a potato pancake? It's potato bread, but pancake is made with the same. Anyway, I'm rambling. Anyway, I have to make a crust. It doesn't say how. Flat round cakes, I think this is flat enough. And a nice crust. Rest with a little milk. I'm doing that with my dirty hands because, well, why not? It's already dirty. And I'm already back to my chaotic old self. This is no excuse from family, well, I want to say problem, but it's not a problem. Family issues, losses, anything. Okay. Place on a greased baking sheet and bake for 25 to 30 minutes. Well, I have put it on a piece of baking paper, 25 to 30 minutes. So does this look good going into the oven? Anyway, oven is ready. It's in. I have to clean my oven after all that use. Anyway, I'm sorry if this video is going to be too long to your liking. I don't know. I try to keep my videos between, well, 10 and 20 minutes. Like 15, 16 is ideal for what I want, but I like to talk too, and I like to talk to myself, obviously. So yeah, in the end, the boxty was in the oven for 30 minutes, and I'm not sure if it's done or not, or if it's just a potato. Anyway, I have the second one in the oven. I divided it in two, as you could have seen, and this is what it looks like. But what I wanted to say is the second part I have in the oven, and I'm putting in it for 10 more minutes. So this one was 30 minutes, and it looks like this. Very springy. So I'm curious what the other one will do with the 10 more minutes, but let's try the bottom with the from my oven rack. It's just I think this is the best Boxty so far. I've made 3. I found out I made 3. I did the complete Irish pop cookbook, and then I think the Little Irish. But this is, I enjoy this, but I like the fluffy bread the most, you know. But this is actually not bad. I am improving. It's just very dense. Maybe, like I said, I need more salt. So maybe some salted butter on this salted butter. But I don't have that, which is but I'm not sure. I'm going to try different things from my fridge, put on here. Well, I actually like this. Wasn't expecting that. Anyway, I see this as a win. So, Boxty, who knew? Yeah, well, you do. Thanks for watching. Hopefully see you in the next video.